rioting. Have you not been?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's video.
Sure, we'll find one. I was like, I'll just go out.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
I'll walk up and down Oxford Road trying to find a fat.
Still having Nikki rations, and I don't want to get.
I don't know. I guess I see Teenage Riot as like very much an essential part of adolescence, and kind of like it's normal to riot against and like revolt against what you see. I think there's a natural part of Teenage Riot. As I said before, it's just like it's what you do and it's what you want to do and it's how you see yourself. You know, you look at teen movies, like the idea of coming of age is like Teenage Riot. It's rioting against something, whether that's like adults or expectations. I think there's so many parts to it. I think it's best though when it's like punk, because I think punk is like very much the idea of riot, but I don't think it's limited to just that.
What if, from like looking at my work and the things that I'm looking at, how would you describe like riot in teenage life?
Like teenagers being crazy, being themselves. I don't know.
It's more about stereotypes. I feel like what you've been looking at.
Different
Stereotypes
eras of your teenagers.
Like the stereotypes of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quote what you're saying because I don't know what to say. The like stereotypes of what other teenagers are like and not what we're like. Just rephrase the question.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Original.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, if you.
I feel like Teen Riot could, like I said, stereotypes, but I don't know. Just
Yeah.
I don't know if it's related to bad things.
Right. Really. Okay.
What's wrong?
You're not answering either. I didn't hear what the question was.
Oh my gosh. You think the park, drinking, smoking, weed, house parties, all of that. But then you get the other side of it, Teenage Riot, you're literally at work. And then like work during the day, you go out the weekend, you don't sleep, you just
really
meet your
personal.
friends. It is, you know, Teenage Riot, rebellion against your parents. You know, they're all, you're 18 now. I don't know if I can swear, but bleep them. Fuck them.
I feel like Teenage Riot is something I see a lot, but sometimes like I don't necessarily relate to. It feels like, oh, like rebellious teen, like it's the growing up and like realizing you're not a kid, and it's like, ugh, I don't want to be here. But I think in images it's like just like not like punk or like rock. It's more just like I just imagine like some kid who's like going through a phase and they like put their hair in a fringe and like dyed it. But no, I think it's just like a self-expression, but like also just like, ugh, growing up sucks. I don't know. I don't feel like I relate to it a lot, but I feel like it's like a thing and I've always known about it, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I think that's what it is for me. Yeah. I think so. What do you think?
It's not about me.
I don't know. Like, I think it's like a lot in music, and I think you'd know that as well. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like it like originates with people saying like rock music, but I also think just like also kind of sad music as well. It's like that teenage riot and angst of like tension and like built up like emotions. That's probably what I'd say Teenage Riot is for me. But then I think my Teenage Riot, it might be slightly different to what the Teenage Riot is perceived as. We love to be rebellious teens. I worry about a lot of things. I think if I was ever not worried, that would be boring. That would be the problem. I worry about the future. I worry about what I don't know and what I can't control. I feel like I'm a very more than I think I'm more of a very controlling person. So I want, I worry about the things I can't control. I think that leads to a lot of panic. Like, oh, I left my paintings at school, over like Easter, and I wanted to go pick them up, but I couldn't because like college was like school was shut, and I had like this panic, like the whole like the school was gonna burn down and my paintings were gonna go. So I worry about a lot of random things. Some are irrational, some aren't. Yeah, I worry about a lot. More about the things that I don't know and I just don't have control of. I think that's the main thing. But yeah, I think also worrying kind of shifts along like a lot for me. It's like, oh, I'll be more worried at one point than the other, so it kind of differs. But I'm just a very anxious person, more than it kind of probably comes off like, I think. So.
Tell me your deep dark fears. Take the microphone.
My future.
Honestly, though.
I swear.
Yeah.
I don't care. What the fuck am I gonna do with my life? No, like seriously. I think I should. Flick and blob. No, but like seriously, you sit there and I'm like,
I work in a cafe.
I work in a cafe. What the fuck am I gonna do in 10 years? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Make sandwiches.
No, I'm not making sandwiches for the rest of my life.
You don't even make sandwiches.
No, I don't. I just hand them to the people.
They are good sandwiches, though.
Your sandwich, madame. That's it. Yeah, that's my fears. Anyone else? Something that worries you? Anyone? Amelia?
There's so much pressure.
Tiffany Louise.
Tiffany Louise.
What worries you, Tiffany Louise?
She's gonna land over split personality.
Oh yeah, that's my main concern at the moment because I'm not responding to my name anymore. It's getting quite bad. Who the fuck is Amelia? I don't know her.
I only know Tiffy.
I only know Tiffany Louise.
voice.
I know Tiffy. I don't know. That's not the question, Ella. I don't know. What if nothing works out?
What if nothing works out?
Yeah. What if nothing works out with uni? Like, what if... I don't know.
What if I never get a relationship? I'm joking. It's not that deep. It's really not that deep.
But is it? I don't know. That's my concern.
My car breaking down.
Thank you very much.
Oh god, that's such a big question because, like you, it's everything. There's so much stuff again. I guess. Oh fuck! I dropped a hair bubble. I think I worry about everything, and like maybe the way I'm perceived a lot. I think it's the way I'm perceived. So like, I worry, like, am I being kind enough? Was I mean there? Like, I mean, it's quite self-centered, obviously, because the world revolves around me. But I worry about how I'm perceived. Am I being kind? Am I hurting someone? Or like, what do people think of me? Do they like me? I really care about the way people look at me, and I think it dictates a lot of how I present myself. Where do I look like thin or pretty? Like, is my hair nice? Do I look like I'm clean? I don't know. Like, I worry a lot about that on my everyday life. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm thinking, what are other people thinking, not what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's very shallow, but it's kind of the truth.
Oh, everything. Just life, money, inflation, finances, health, my back. Like, that should be snapping every day. No, I literally, I worry about every little thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also worry about like my career in the future, but also at the same time, I'm like, let it be. Whatever happens, happens. That's what my nan always says to me. She's like, you're just like me because you don't give a shit, but at the same time, you're like low-key stressing. So everything.
Your mom.
Does anyone want to rest too short?
I will.
I don't know if I don't mind being remembered. I want to be remembered, like, if I have kids or friends. Just, like, obviously the nice things, I guess. Like, I want people to remember how much I loved them. Like, everyone in my life I love. And I think so highly of all my friends. And I guess probably that then, actually. But I don't mind other people forgetting me. I just want the people in my life to know that I love them and that I care. And I think that's always what I've wanted the most, I think.
Okay, so I feel like first thought is probably my art that I've created. I'll probably say that because I'm creating art at the moment, so that's like the first thing that jumps to my mind. But also, like, I feel like, yeah, making a mark in general is just tough, and like leaving a legacy is tough when there's so many people. So I think maybe being remembered for my art, or like the people all the memories, like the people I've like affected in a good way, and like memories, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense.
I'm gonna say what you said earlier. You know, before you go in the shower, like late at night, and you just stand there and you're like, wow, like this is the height of my life. Like I can't get any better looking than this. That it's then.
No, it's after the shower.
No, it's before the shower. I look like a drowned rat after a shower.
You're so like smooth. No, when you like finally like dried your hair and you've got nice clothes on.
Yeah, when I've dried my hair.
Not when you before the shower.
No.
Before the shower, I look like a fucking gremlin.
No, I quite like the before the shower.
Yeah, before.
I just stand there in the mirror and I'm like, oh. Okay, you know the time when like you're just about to shower. You already know what I was gonna say. Your hair's greasy, you haven't even like shaved or anything, and you're like, I look so good right now. You know, you're so natural, you're so earthy, you're just like, yeah, this looks so good. That is when.
Okay, girl chic.
But if you leave your house, if you leave the bathroom, then it's not the same. But then when my hair's washed, I feel really nice. So yeah.
Or if I'm like really drunk.
Oh yeah, I think I'm
I love when my
the
pupils
best
get really
person
big.
in the world when I'm drunk.
I don't think that's a weird thing. I love when my pupils get really big. I like to look in the mirror and like.
Oh, I like
They're
it when
quite
mine
big
are really
now.
small. Oh, when my curtain bangs actually work. When they don't irritate the fuck out of me.
Do you even have any bangs at the moment? They've disappeared.
No, they are slicked the fuck back.
When I buy new clothes, today clean, being clean, being dirty. No, being clean.
You love being dirty.
No, being clean. Fucking
Pongy.
listen. Pongy behaviour. Ella loves it when she's covered in horse shit. That's when you feel most beautiful. I know it is.
Actually, maybe. I think I feel most beautiful when I've been able to put an effort to something. So when I was dancing and doing shows, I felt probably the best. It's like the best feeling in the world, and I felt so beautiful. Not because I looked beautiful, I was like sweaty and gross, but because I'd worked so hard. You know, like I'd spent months training, and like it's so painful. Like the days afterwards, the days before, like I would often like tear muscle. Like I was always in pain, but it was the best thing because it's like and it goes back to how I worry about how I'm perceived. It's like I spent these months training to be perfect. And you get on stage and there's this adrenaline pumping, and you are like, even if you fuck up, you are perfect. And in that moment, it's like the whole world stops and it's all about you. Like all the lights, everything. Like it doesn't matter what you look like because you are showing such like a beautiful part of yourself. I think that's when I feel the most beautiful. Maybe also when I wear pretty dresses because they're so fun, and like in the heel. Oh, I fucking love heels. But yeah.
Oh shit. When do I feel beautiful? Fuck, hold on. Honestly, when I'm most happy. Like, when there's, like, a happy point in my life, I associate with being beautiful. Even, like, there's been days where, like, okay, I'm going to associate it with makeup because I feel like that's something for me that, like, oh, I feel better when I wear makeup. There's been points, and I like, my mum knows it as well. It's like, oh, I've worn, like, a lot of makeup this one day, which in theory I should feel more beautiful, but actually I don't. And even mum was like, you just don't, not in a rude way. Like, she doesn't mean it in a bad way. She's like, you're not, you know, necessarily like beaming, you're not glowing from inside. But then the days in which I'm happy, I'll look back and I'm like, wow, even if I wasn't wearing any makeup, I'm like, damn, I look pretty. Or like, oh, I feel beautiful. Or like, I don't know. So I think a lot of that is related to that.
Do you think because like when you're happy you're not thinking about like how you look?
Yeah, I think so. And also it's like I'm like more smiley, or like generally like yay, like I'm like wee. So sorry, I don't know why I said that. But no, I think that's when I'm most happy. Like when I'm most beautiful, I think. But then I don't know. It just comes and goes. Also, like I think I've just had to grow out of the term beautiful. It's just like something that I'm like, oh, that's kind of it comes with a lot of things as well. It's like that's something I've had to deal with growing up. So yeah. Expression is almost like, to me, it's almost like. like taking something that's inside and taking it outside. So like unveiling something, or just like releasing something that's like unveiled, like hidden away. But expression is such a big thing. Like it could be like in relation to myself, so that's like clothes and all these things. But like expression could just be like a way of existing, I guess. I don't know.
Like self-expression or just expression. Guess it's showing people something that they may not be aware of. Like self-expression could be how you're showing people yourself, while I guess expressing emotion is showing your emotions. It's like about show, and I guess in a way it could be about kind of performance as well, which I guess you can then try to do it, but it's all about performance and like stuff.
That's a good question. Let me think.
Take time.
I think quite a lot of it is expression, especially now. But I think it's a performance. Like, you know, the Met Gala, like all of those looks, that was definitely like performance based.
Yeah.
But then you get some people, they just do it for fun. They literally love it. So I think it can be both.
I think it's different for each person, because makeup can be staged.
Also, like what you're doing, like if you're going clubbing and you put like a lot of makeup on, maybe you feel like a different person.
Yeah. It's just the way you feel.
But like everyday makeup to me now is just like my everyday face.
Yeah.
Don't wear much makeup.
I feel really like naked without it.
Did you
My
feel less
everyday
yourself
makeup.
with that makeup on?
I feel more insecure, and I feel like I can like see all my
My
imperfections.
like everyday makeup is like the same, obviously every day, and then I just add like a little bit of eyeliner when I go out. That's it. Like I don't really enhance it that much, so I don't really know.
I feel like like I said, it's different for each person. It can be used in a way to change the way you look, but it's not always a good thing or a bad thing. And it does change the way you feel, because you could like the way more or less. I feel like it depends on the day.
I don't really care, to be honest.
Just say something, man.
No, I mean, I don't care if they wear makeup or not. I don't give a fuck. That's them, innit?
Oh my god, men are so cool.
Did you like to wear makeup?
Like Batman.
Oh yeah. Like, do you think you become more yourself, or do you think it's more of like a performance?
Okay, when I don't associate it with like necessarily like the male gaze and like like trying to be like this beauty standard, and I associate it more with like unveiling something inside me, which is true. I think there's two versions for me. It's like like the male gaze and then like expression, and I think they're quite different for me. When I do, it feels more like not necessarily a performance, but more like unveiling something inside. Like sometimes it's a bit like when I put on my black wig and like I do my makeup, or like I do something a bit more eccentric. I'm like, ooh, I feel more myself at points. So I feel like it can almost like unlock something, maybe. I think if that's the right word. But then I sometimes find it hard to determine whether it's like the makeup making me feel like, ooh, I'm unlocking something internally, or I'm just putting on a persona, or like being someone else, if that makes sense. And I think it's difficult to determine. But I wish also society would let us I feel like that's not necessarily true, but I feel like I wish I could be more expressive in those ways on an everyday basis. Like, why can't I walk outside with like, I don't know, like random shapes on my face and feel really cool about it, or like no eyebrows and like really like bold lipstick, and like make that a casual thing instead of like this performance thing. I think that's big for me.
Well, now's your chance.
Yeah! Should have brought the wig.
The wackier, the better.
Should have brought the black wig.
I think it's definitely a performance. I think that it can be self-expression. I used to play a lot around with that in quarantine. I used to put clown makeup on a lot, or I used to put myself in drag. Like I painted myself completely purple and turned into Juno and Birch, where it's like very pop arty, and it was so much fun. Like I felt very beautiful there. And I think that's part of makeup as well as performances. I think especially as non-binary people, and you know, obviously like I think in a perfect world I would have been born a man, but I see gender as quite fluid, so it's like kind of and like part of putting on makeup, it's like this performance of becoming a woman, and like you're becoming femme and attractive, and like in reality I I'm not that, but it's like this like part of the essence of like pretending you're like outside world, like putting on the mask. And I feel like makeup is very much part of that. It's like it's a mixture of both, I think, but there's a lot of performance in there. You know, you put on your eyeliner to tell people you're like this and that. You do your eyelashes, and it's all part of the performance of becoming a woman, which is so false because I'm not. Yeah.
What's her name? Oh, the one that just went out with Kanye West.
Oh, Julia Fox.
Julia Fox. The Julia Fox.
What's Megan Fox for?
Dunno.
She relates to Megan Fox.
Megan Fox is bad.
She's got incest thumbs though.
Yeah.
Megan Fox is not bad. Megan Fox from Transformers 1 and 2 bad. Whoa.
Do you want her to use her incest thumbs on you?
Yeah, sure.
And on that note,
Thumbs. She's got incest
Oh,
thumbs.
they're
like really
like
short.
you know the really weird like D-shaped thin thumbs that are like really wide.
Oh my god, Sophia. You remember Sophia from Q-Brand?
Does she have incest thumbs?
I didn't know that.
Oh my god.
Oh, what the hell?
Me and the internet have grown up together. I feel like as the internet became more available to everyone in different ways, like social media, I started to grow up in that way. So I feel like me and the internet are just grown up. But like, I also feel like my relationship with it is really toxic. You can find too much on the internet, and you for so many reasons. Like, you can see things that you don't want to see, or like health things are really scary on the internet, or like I don't know. Relationship with the internet is at times good because it's like you can learn so much and connect with people, but at the same time it's really, really harming. Do I wish I had it? I don't know. That's a story for another day.
Good question. I feel like erased from the internet, like part of our personality will always be from the internet. How it's changed my expression.
How it's like played a part in you like finding expression.
I guess like I really hated myself when I was younger. And I found comfort in the fact that in the internet there's this whole idea of I'm not like other girls, and like kind of hating women and like stuff like that. And it really made me like go, I should be more like boyish and stuff, and like I can be girly, but like I'm not like other girls. I like video games and stuff. And as I've got older, I found there's like that weirdness kind of gets you so much further, and like you're so much more interesting if you're just yourself. Like, and like just liking myself more, I think that was the thing. But I think definitely weirdness, because like the most people, like the people you like most on the internet, and the people who are the most interesting, and they're always interesting because they're slightly weird, or like they're not afraid to say what they want. And I guess that's the thing I've learned, is like to be just myself and like kind of filter my thoughts out less and like stuff.
Have you got anything to comment?
Just gives me groups and.
What is she? I'm a collection of cells that create being. Just gonna like dive into like A-level biology. I guess. Oh fuck yeah! I'm a being that I try to be kind. I think G as an essence is slightly weird. It's the colour yellowy orange. I'd like to think. I mean, I'd like to think I'm green, but it's yellowy orange. Yeah, I think it's. I mean, again, I'd like to think it's warm and open. It wants to care for you, and it wants to help people, meet people. It's yeah, it's a lot of love. Yeah. Oh, and it really fucking likes frogs. Thanks. There's probably more. I'm gonna like be on the drive home and I'm like, fuck, I should have like included that. I'll just send you voice notes of me and Jesse. Sorry. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Cool. So, if aliens were to invade and they were like, "What are you?" and you had to like explain what you are, not like human, but like, what is Claudia? What is Claude?
I'm a queen. Slay girl. I'm a material girl. I love to chill, relax. No stress for me, please. I want to quit my job. I do work hard. I'm a hard worker. As long as there's good benefits out of it. If there's nothing good for me, I won't have it. I feel like I'm very materialistic, but I'm also not. I love the good times, you know.
Good vibes.
I'm just the queen. That's it. Slay.
I think I'd say that like I'm just like a little like I don't know. I just describe myself as like a little butterfly, like just around. I'm a little being. Like I'm here to like to just like perceive the world, like, and make my own memories and like understand what's going on. Find my own meaning in a slightly meaningless world. So I'd say I'm just like a being, like a little being, like a little sponge. I'm here to like grasp everything. I don't know, I think it's difficult to describe yourself as what are you when it's like a lot of it when you're asked is like, oh, you're a human or you're a person, but I'm like, no, I'm like a thing. I'm like a spirit, I'm a little soul, like just dancing around the place. I don't know. Yeah, it's difficult when you're asked like, oh, what are you? When you're not like a human. But I'm a creative. I'm a little sponge who wants to learn, live, laugh, love, you know, all the good shit. But yeah, I'd say more just like a little thing floating around, trying to make memories and have fun. I think that's most of me, I think.
Feminist?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
Yes, and I'm not going to elaborate.
I can't think.
This was on the floor.
Feminism.
Yeah.
Claudia.
Anti-misogyny.
Yeah. Liberating women.
I feel like yes and no. Yes, because like women can be whatever they want, you know. But then I also feel like no, because makeup, there's like, I feel like still so many men and even women expect you to wear makeup. Like, they're like, oh, you need to be prettier, like, wear makeup, all of this. So it's, like, not a way to express yourself, just to deliberately make yourself prettier, whereas some people, they just, you know, it doesn't have to be to make you pretty, it's literally just makeup, you know?
Yeah.
So, yes and no.
I'm not sure. I want to say yes, but then I feel like at the same time, it's portraying women to change their body in order to fit a standard, so I don't know. At times it makes me feel empowered, but other times I question it. I don't know. I'm also a bad feminist at points. Let's be honest.
I don't know. Yes, thank you. Yeah. No, it can be.
Thank you.
I don't know. Yeah, no, yeah. What Tiffy said?
I hate makeup.
Yes. I do history of art. It's a fat yes from me. Yeah. Yeah, and does that work in this day and age? Probably not. Exactly. I'd rather stay true to what I want and remain single than get what I can get and not be like, you know.
I feel called out. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely. I think when I was younger, I was very much like a hopeless romantic. All I wanted was to be like loved and people to be attracted to me. I wanted to be pretty and I wanted people to find me attractive. And like through experiences I've had that I wouldn't wish on anyone else, I've become less hopeless in the sense of like I'm definitely still very much romantic, as you can tell from my dating history. But I do have less of a naivete to it, purely because of things that have happened that like crushed me, and like the fact that for me at least, I think to myself sometimes, like the fact that I'm still like so open to people despite like having like feeling humiliated by someone, like completely humiliated, it kind of surprises me in that sense. And I think it took away so much from me, and I felt like I couldn't even be touched by people. Like my family couldn't touch me for a really long time. Sorry, what was the question? Sorry, I completely like mind blanked. Oh yeah. And I think, yeah, so all of that kind of has taught me to kind of protect myself much more. And therefore, I think I wouldn't be a hopeless romantic. I'm still romantic, but I'm more guarded than I used to be. I'm more like, if someone is taking the piss, I'm more likely to be like, fuck off. Like, I will make a big deal out of it this time. It wouldn't be the same this time.
Maybe. I like it. But I don't necessarily, it feels like a different part of me, not necessarily the entirety of me. I do enjoy it. Yeah, I feel like it does.
No. Felt free when I was myself.
No. I couldn't drink my drink.
Yeah, it's quite fun. I could do whatever the frick I wanted with my makeup. But green contour, purple blush. Woo!
Yeah, I felt like a different person. It was so fun to just like be a new person, new identity. Love it.
Wait.
Oh my god, yeah. I feel like your people are entitled to be nice to each other, but your people aren't entitled to be loved always. Like, I value love very much, and if I know that say someone loves me, I'm always going to try and be careful. But I don't think just because you love someone, you have to like bend to their every whim. Like, there is a certain amount of choice in love. You've chosen to love that person, and therefore, while it's valuable and should be cared for, it also shouldn't be like you're not entitled to things because of it. It doesn't make it any less valuable, but you don't deserve everything because you're in love with someone.
Yes. Do other people value love? No. So, I do. Yeah, I think I do. I think it's one of the most important things, one of the only things that we have. So cherish it. And it's like the most like basic biological thing that we have, I think. Debatable, but yeah. I think I value it. Yeah.
Out of makeup. Hurts my face.
Indefinitely, I feel like I'm not even a person. It's fucking amazing.
In my normal everyday makeup. Exaggerated, maybe not. Just a little bit. But I like my everyday makeup. Without it, I'm not me.
Ow.
I think
My everyday makeup is no makeup. So.
In for sure.
Maybe maybe not this one. Maybe this one. I don't know. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. Oh.
Out of makeup. More natural.
Out. I never wear it a day of my life.
I know that if I don't have it on, then I can scratch my face.
Like similar to soulmates, kind of. Yeah. No, I don't think there's one person for me, and it is a constant like thing of just readdressing. Like you argue with yourself sometimes. Like, why would it not be different with someone who's completely different to you? You have to adapt and compromise to a certain level. But I don't think, like, if it was perfect, everyone would like. I don't think there's one person for us. That was very convoluted, but
I think about this too much. I toy with this a lot because I feel like I would like to say that there was one person, but I don't. I think that it would be nice if it was that way, but I don't know. I think we've been taught it has been, but it's not. But I think growing up is realizing that you can find your person loads of time, like in many ways in different times, and it takes meeting people and talking to people to develop that. And I think soulmates can be found rather than existing. And yeah, I don't know. It's an idea that is developing constantly for me because sometimes I feel like, oh, there's only one, but then other times I'm like, yeah.